Howdy everybody, Tss958 back here again in, well, I'm going to bring you a little bit more Ghost Recon Wildlands for right now. Today I'm going to be talking about my loadout and stuff. I've been watching a few videos on YouTube and thought I'd do one myself and, you know, hopefully everybody takes some good information out of this one. Okay, so we're here in the loadout, and basically this is what I like to use. However, I use a couple different variations. I'm going to start with, you know, your primary, then I'll move on to the secondary, and then I'll go on to the handgun that you can have as well. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our primary that we like to use. I like to use my assault rifles. I particularly like to use the AUG A3. I will be explaining why that is, and you can also use a bunch of different other ones, though you don't have to use the assault rifles. I just prefer the assault rifles. So you got your assault rifles, your light machine guns, submachine guns, sniper rifle, if you want to put that in primary, and you also have your shotguns and the crossbow. Like I said, I like the assault rifles, so I'm going to be sticking to them. I have reset all of the parts, so these guns are going to be stock. I have not done anything to them yet, so we're going to take a look at them stock right now. So like I said, I like to use the AUG A3. I will be comparing them to, you know, the other guns that, you know, a lot of people will commonly use or like to use, and the ones that, you know, I feel like have an improvement over the AUG, basically, as of right now. So as we're going down, you can see the stats. Basically, it's comparing the AUG to the guns that I'm going to be switching to. And you can see the stats are, you know, they're changing and stuff like that. I have a few new parts that I need to go through and actually discover. I will be doing that. So, first one that, you know, kind of catches my eye, I guess, is the M4A1. While it loses a little bit of damage, that's not too bad. Its accuracy goes down just a little bit, not bad. Handling goes down quite a bit. I don't know, you know, that might be a throw-off for me. You lose somewhat of range, but your rate of fire goes way up, your noise reduction goes up, and your penetration on this gun goes up. So that means, you know, the more likely... You know, the faster the gun will fire, the quieter the gun can be, and also, you know, the more likely you are to be able to hit somebody through a given obstacle. So, you know, that's the first one that kind of catches my eye. Everything else, you know, just kind of like generally loses. The MDR actually doesn't seem too bad. And then, you know, well, this is like a specialty gun, I guess, if you want to use those. I don't really know if, can I change anything? No, see, like, you can't change anything on those specialty guns, so that's why I tend to stay away from them. Moving on, you got your MK17, handling goes way down, your range goes up, your damage goes up, your accuracy goes way up, rate of fire goes way down, noise reduction goes way down, penetration goes way up. To me, this gun is a little iffy. While I've heard good things about it, I myself probably wouldn't use it. It loses a little too much over what the AUG offers me, so I'd probably dismiss that one. ACR. Now, this is, you know, argued to be one of the best guns in the game, if that I've heard about anyways. Obviously, from the, you know, from looking at it, your accuracy goes up. Your handling goes down a little bit. It's not terrible. Your range stays the same. Your rate of fire is going to increase. Your noise reduction is going to stay the same. And you also have better penetration on this gun. So that actually, to me, seems like a very decent gun to go with. Then you have your TAR 21, accuracy down a little bit, not bad. Handling down a little bit, not bad. You do gain range, you do gain your rate of fire. Noise reduction goes down a little bit, not too bad. Your penetration goes way up, though. And I think that, yeah, that's the last one that I would actually consider. The rest of them are like specialty guns. There is one other one in this list that is worth mentioning. However, I have not found it yet. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where is it? I know it's down here. Nope, not the MC. No. This guy. SC4000. Seems to have really good stats on it. I need to find that gun, and maybe I'll make a video about it later on. But, you know, as of right now, I don't have it unlocked. So, anyways, we're going to go back up, and we're going to switch to what appears to be The better gun of all of them that I would say is, honestly, I would say this, you know, ACR does pretty good justice. It does seem very good stock, and you know, just if you were to use a gun as is and you find something and you don't have a lot of parts, I would recommend the ACR. Okay, so we're back here, and we have the ACR set as our primary weapon of choice now. And this was what appeared to be the all-around best choice for a stock weapon where you don't have too many upgrades available to you yet. So definitely recommend the ACR as, you know, if you can get it a starting out weapon, it seems very well balanced, let me put it that way. However, there were a couple other guns that kind of stuck out a little bit, and let's take a look at those now and see how they compare. So we have our TAR-21. If we were, you know, to use the TAR-21, we would lose a little bit of accuracy and we'd lose a little bit of noise reduction. Not too bad. However, you gain handling, range, rate of fire, and penetration. Again, not a ton, but just maybe enough to tip me towards the TAR-21 due to the fact that it has more good to it than it would have with the ACR with all of the attachments that I have on these guns. Now, I've set these guns up basically the same how I would want to use them. So this is how I would basically load myself out, if you will. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to switch to the TAR-21. Since we already know that it's, we like it a little bit better than the ACR. The MK17, again, it loses too much for me to want to be able to use it for the benefits that it would give me. The M4A1, it doesn't appear, it could probably keep up, but again, it may not be the #1 choice. However, it does seem like a very balanced weapon again. The MDR was the only other thing that I think stood up to this TAR-21 ACR. You lose your handling. Your handling is pretty low. However, you gain you have an insane amount of accuracy. You don't gain an insane amount. You have an insane amount of accuracy when you're using this weapon. It does seem pretty good. So, definitely, you know, I would keep that one in mind. So let's go ahead. We're going to compare this to my AUG, which I have set up. So with the AUG, you're going to gain accuracy, you're going to gain the handling. Those are two key things for me when I have my loadout. You're going to lose a little bit of range, not terrible. Rate of fire goes down a good amount, but I'd rather have a gun that can be more accurate than spray more bullets at once. And I normally use the semi-auto fire anyway, so that really doesn't matter for me too much. Your noise reduction is going to go up even higher. You're going to lose a little penetration, but to me, you still have enough to basically shoot through your tires and boxes. So definitely like the AUG, I will say that much. What was I going to do? However, let's go ahead and let's switch to the MDR as our primary, and it did definitely intrigue me, so we're going to see how this thing works. So we're here at a little rest stop. I have my MDR ready to see what it can do. I like to use the grenade launcher on mine, and I will get into that a little bit later in the video as to why I do that. But yeah, we're here, and we're going to see what we can get ourselves into. Like I said, I am more of a stealthy guy, so we'll see how this ends. Alright, so there's one guy down. Now, there's not too many guys here, so we're going to see... Oh, well, bye.
Keep it quiet. They know we're here.
Ah. Oh.
Cartel Sicarios are engaging.
God damn it, the cartel sent reinforcements.
So yeah, it looks like it
How you guys holding up?
performs pretty well. I thought I heard some reinforcements coming in. I don't entirely know. As we saw, we can obviously shoot through tire stacks. Can't quite shoot through crud Unidad. Can't quite shoot through a brick wall, as we saw, and stuff like that. But yeah, it seems like it works pretty well. What am I using? I had full auto on. I generally stick to single shots just because like I said, I like to conserve my ammo rather than wasting it. So I really actually wasn't using the full auto. I was using it more as if I had the semi-auto on. I didn't though, so you know it might have performed a little bit differently, but you know, as we saw, we can shoot through tires, can't shoot through the wall, but obviously it's very effective in taking out enemies and such like that. So you know, definitely a good versatile all-around weapon, I will give it that much. Okay, so we're back here at our favorite little side road rest stop area with our favorite friends, the Santa Blanca cartel. Basically, this time I have my AUG out, and I am going to be using this to try and take these guys down. It shouldn't be too tricky, but it should give us a little bit of an idea of, you know, how this one performs and such. So let's go ahead, let's start this up, and let's see here. What the heck is he doing? Oh. Well, it can shoot through boxes, as we can now see. Probably not going to shoot through that wall. Right, that guy's down. Seriously?
We're good. We all in one piece?
Well then, that was quite easy. I didn't get to do as much as I wanted. Oh well. Anyways, I definitely like the way this one handles better. It seems to handle a little bit quicker. Whether, you know, that's just me being me or if it's actually true. I mean, we can compare them real quick. Here, let me go into that menu. Let's go to our loadout and we will check our assault rifles. I was already on assault rifles, and we want to compare this guy to the MDR. So yeah, obviously we can see that, you know, like I said, the handling does seem a little bit more responsive, which it is, which I actually really like. I think that, you know, I enjoy that a little bit more. However, you know, the other gun does gain a little bit of accuracy to it, and, you know, it has a little bit more range, a little bit more rate of fire, fires a little faster. Penetration goes up a little bit, but noise reduction goes down, and definitely that handling, I think, is the selling point for me. So, as I, you know, kind of mentioned before, I think that the AUG is going to be the all-around best weapon for me with the attachments that I have on it. I have, let me go back into that menu. Apologies, I hit the wrong button. You know, if we go back here into the loadout, I will go ahead and look at the parts that I have. That's not the weapon I wanted to look at. I want to look at the AUG. So there's the AUG. You know, I love this weapon, the way it handles and everything. So, like I said, it's going to be the best one for me. However, that may not be the same for you. We have our Comp M4 on it. We use our semi-auto / burst. I use the semi-auto half of that. We have an extended mag on it, 30 bullets. We have our grenade launcher. I don't use any rail covers. We have the long barrel on it, and I also use the suppressor. So, obviously, this is going to be the best loadout for me. I like the way this one works, and, you know, I feel like this is the best assault rifle for my style of play anyways. Like I said, it's how you want to play the game. You can get through the game with whatever weapons you want. They do vary a little bit. The stats do matter. However, you can use whatever you want to get the job done. For me, it's going to be the AUG. You know, other than that, you can definitely take a look at the submachine guns, light machine guns, and stuff like that. And don't forget that putting different parts on your gun is going to make it behave differently. So, just because one gun seems really good stock does not mean it's going to behave or be the best gun when you actually put your parts that you want on it. Next, let's take a look at our secondaries, which I like to use my sniper rifles for. Okay, so we're here at this little mountain outpost, and we have our 5 guys marked over there, and we're going to see what this HTI, not HTC, is made out of. We're going to see what it can do, what it's capable of, and let's see how it performs. It was like basically the same 3 things over and over again, but you know. Let's rile them up. He turned around. Oh, God. There. Yes, everybody run for cover. Alright, so, number 1.
They're onto us.
This thing seemed to have pretty good penetration. We're going to see if it is capable or not of shooting through walls. Well, not there. Oh, there's a guy there. Hey, we did get him. Wow, very nice. Let's try it again. Nice. Very nice. Alright, we got 3 guys left here. Well, you're going back there. Okay, thank you very much. Reloading, short magazine on this thing. You only get 5 shots out of it. Hey, 3 down. Awesome. Let's try this. No, didn't get through that. Alright, and then the other thing that I do know the HTC is capable of, which is actually very good, is basically you can one-shot vehicles. It is a, you know, like it has in that, you know, description, it does have that power to it. You can one-shot vehicles. It's going to take them out, render them useless, and basically going to be very good for, you know, extra infantry coming in or even helicopters or stuff like that. So it's also a very good benefit to the HTI. So it definitely has enough power to apparently punch through walls to hit guys, which is very nice to know, which is good. I actually was skeptical that it was going to have that power. However, we found out that it did. So that's definitely a good thing. And it still has that power, or it has the penetration to do that. And it definitely does have the power to, you know, take out vehicles in one hit. So that is definitely a good thing as well. Good to know. Alright, let's see here. Oh, hey, you popped your head up. Wonderful. Goodbye. And it, you know, definitely it has that capability of the long shot, which is good. So there goes everybody. So, let's go in here, actually, since everybody is down. Let's go in here. We're going to take a closer look at what the damage was done with shooting through the wall and stuff like that. So obviously there we can see the charred vehicle rendered useless, not going to be able to do anything. And then here we go, we have a couple of our shots. These are the ones that, you know, actually hit people. And then that is the one that I shot over and missed. We go along the other side, we definitely see the punch through, which is definitely good. And hey, we do have a mark on this wall, which is also actually very good. That definitely does have a quite good penetration to it. Actually, that is a little surprising, which is very good to know. You know, definitely a very capable gun, and I would definitely, you know, if that's the way you want to go, I would definitely recommend it. Definitely a good one. I will say that much. So, shocking results, for me anyways, but definitely a good gun, and, you know, I don't see why you wouldn't use it. It's actually, did a little bit better than I expected it to, so definitely a good thing. We'll say that much. Let's take a look at the MSR, see how that one works out now. Okay, we're here at the Mountain Observation Outpost, whatever, Santa Blanca House, whatever you want to call it. But we're here, and this time we have brought our MSR with us. So we're going to see how this thing performs, see what this thing can do, and we will then compare the HTI and the MSR and see, you know, whichever one you like better. If you don't even like either of them, there's a slew of the other ones to choose from, so we'll talk about that as well. And let's go ahead and take a look here. What do we got? Alright, so let's rile them up a little.
We poked the hornet's nest.
That took one bullet. That's good. Alright. Let's see here. So we got a guy right there. Let's see if we can't get this done on the first try. Crud. Hey, nice shot. There's another guy right there. There we go. So definitely this one has a little bit more penetration than the HTI did. So no doubt, no doubts about the fact that I was going to be able to, you know, punch through the wall to hit our target on the other side of it. I'll say that much. That guy, no, is probably going to be too far. This guy ran here, so let's take care of him. Thank you very much. Alright, let's move in here. Let's go take a look at the damage. We'll take care of this last guy here. We'll take out our trusty AUG, and we don't know why I like to use that one. So we're going to take out our trusty AUG. We'll take care of this guy, and we'll see what damage this MSR did. The only other thing that I do have to say about the MSR before we get in there too close is definitely this one has that, you know, damage. You don't see the damage with it. You definitely see the smoke coming. However, that vehicle can still probably be driven. You know, depending on who's driving it, you know, whether they decide to keep driving it or not. It's going to take like 2 to 3 bullets to actually immobilize some of the vehicles with the MSR. So that definitely is a notice in, you know, the damage drop and stuff like that. So that might be one downside. However, I am pretty sure that you are going to gain, oh, hey. What the heck? Okay. Clearly hitting that guy, but, you know. Die. Thank you. So anyways, yeah, it's gonna take like 2 to 3 shots to actually, you know, immobilize vehicles with the MSR. However, I am pretty sure you're going to gain a little, you know, firing rate and like reload and stuff like that. So we can see where we shot the wall. We got the wall with the MSR here, and we can follow it around, and it looks like, where are they? Well, we know we hit some guys, I'll say that much. It's kind of weird. Oh, wait, were they... No? That's really weird. I wonder if we took too long. No, that doesn't make sense. Well, anyways, we know we punched through the wall with them. It's kind of weird, just the discrepancy in, you know, what the game actually shows you. But, there should be, like, 3 bullet holes there. That might be one right there, but I don't know. Anyways, we know we punched through that wall. And we definitely hit those guys. I didn't shoot any high ones. So, you know, if I did, I'm positive we would have seen, like, another scuff mark over here from one of those bullets. That's just really weird that we don't see the punch through. But we know we got the guys because we saw them die. So, anyways, definitely that MSR, I think, is a very good gun as well. So, let's take a look at them side by side right now, and we'll see what they got to offer us. Okay, so we're back here in the menu of our secondary weapon that we have carrying on us. And we have our MSR Sniper, our favorite one that we have is equipped right now. We are going to be comparing it right with the HTI. Right off the bat with the customizations, the additions that I put on these two weapons, we can see that the HTI is going to have a slight boost to that damage, which explains why it can, you know, one-shot vehicles. The accuracy, the handling, and the range are all going to be the same, so that really doesn't matter too much. And then you're looking at your firing rate on the HTI, definitely goes down quite a bit. So, you know, you might want that over on the MSR. You might take the MSR over due to the fact that you can get another bullet off a little bit quicker. Actually, much quicker, it looks like. Noise reduction is also going to go down on the HTI. While it may not matter because you're using these weapons from far ranges, you know, if you don't use suppressors or something, you know, that may matter in the end. You know, whether you get spotted or not, it might be a little bit easier to get spotted. So that might be another reason why you go with the MSR. And definitely that penetration. You know you're going to be able to punch through more stuff with the MSR than you are with the HTI. Although the HTI does have the capability of punching through, you know, some obstacles, which is definitely a good thing. However, it may not have the reliability of doing so as the MSR does. That might be another selling point. Those three things are enough to make me want to use the MSR. The fact that the HTI has such a lower stat on those three things, I don't care about sacrificing a little bit of damage and, you know, just to use the MSR to gain those three other aspects, which I think make that gun that much better. Again, it's your game. You play how you want, and you can get through the game how you want with what guns you want. If you guys want me to take a look at some of the other snipers that are available, definitely tell me about it, and, you know, I'll definitely compare them. However, I feel like these are probably the two most used ones, and, you know, they're both very good guns, so I would recommend both of them. However, my favorite is definitely the MSR. The only other one that it was like an honorable mention that I found, which I'm pretty sure is a DLC gun, is the TAC-50. A little bit of a happy medium between the both of them, which is, you know, nice. Here I can compare it directly to the HTI. Actually, let's put the TAC-50 on. And we can see that, you know, you're still going to gain that rate of fire, noise reduction, and penetration with the MSR. However, the damage goes down even a smaller amount than it would with the HTI. If I compare it with the HTI, the rate of fire is going to be the same. The noise reduction is going to be the same. You lose a little bit of penetration if you were to use the HTI over the TAC-50. But you do gain a little bit of damage. So, you know, this is kind of like a happy medium between the two. Again, I'm pretty sure this is a DLC weapon, so, you know, if you're not interested in that stuff, you can just dismiss that. However, this might be a pretty good one to use as well. Just kind of like an honorable mention, but I definitely would stick with the MSR. To me, that's like the all-around best sniper rifle. There are some other more stealthy ones that, you know, may not have the penetration or the fire rate or the noise reduction or something like that. So if you guys want me to take a look at those, leave a comment and, you know, I'll look at getting to it. Okay, so we're here one more time in what I consider to be one of the most complicated and most strategic parts of the game, and that is your pistol, and I am completely kidding you guys. This is literally, to me, one of the most laid-back parts of the game. There's a couple ways you can go with this. You can either go with the pistols, which, yes, you're going to have some stat changes between them. However, I'd say most of these pistols are going to be, for, you know, up close and personal combat. You know, it's just super close. Basically, anything's gonna get the job done, if you ask me. If you really want to point fingers and stuff like that, I honestly say probably your best pistol that you can go with is going to be the 5.7. Just because it's the only one that seems to have anything that really has, your damage is going to go up, your accuracy is going to go up on a couple of them, but all of them are really just going to generally start losing stats after the 5.7. All of these guns are going to have basically everything that I want on them. They're really just, they come as stock, and a lot of them are just specialty weapon type things. The only other variants that you can really go with is if you want to go a little bit more noisy, a little bit more like, you know, want to rapidly shoot and kill guys, go with your SMGs that you can have in this slot. But like I said, whichever way you choose to go, generally this is, if you go with pistols, you're generally going to be, to me, you're generally going to go for more stealthy attacks. Your SMGs are probably going to, you know, be better for a full-on assault type thing if you're using something else in a different slot. But like I said, anyways, this is really laid back if you ask me. You can use generally anything you want for any instance. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, if you really want to point fingers, 5.7 is probably going to be your best bet. But we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to go through here and kind of show you what, I do with the pistol and stuff like that. So I am here. I actually do have to grab a bonus medal from this spot, but I figured it would be a good opportunity to just kind of show off this pistol and stuff like that. We're going to go ahead. We're going to kind of sneak through this encampment here, go for our bonus medal, but at the same time, we're just going to kind of use our stealth. Like I said, I generally put pistols with stealth maneuvers and stuff like that. They're quiet, they're small, they're efficient in, close areas, and they're just gonna basically do what you need them to do in close combat. I would not recommend this for, giant open area combat. And isn't the medal right here? It is. Anyways, that was easy. But yeah, like I said, it's to me these aren't going to be your wide open area combat. Oop, where's that guy going? Wow, we literally just got out of there in time. No.
You're gonna get cold. Hang back.
Can I help you, sir? So like I said, these are just going to be very quiet things that are just gonna get the job done without any real issues. There's a captain over here. Nope. Switch. He is on the cell phone. He's done. But they're going to allow you to get around without really being heard. Again, it shouldn't be too much of an issue if you actually use the semi-auto fire function on your assault rifle. They're not going to be too noisy. But if you don't, if you go with the 3-round burst or your automatics, it's going to be a little bit harder to sneak around. Okay, hello. It's going to be a little bit harder to sneak around because you're going to be firing more bullets at once, and they're going to ricochet, and people are going to hear it, and stuff like that. So, this is, again, my sneaking weapon. I'm just going to go through here and take care of guys. And if you really want to get down to it, and you really want to do a little bit of fun stuff, you can try sniping with pistols. With that, I definitely would recommend... What? Who saw it? I was saying I would, probably definitely recommend your 5.7 because it's going to have pretty much the best stats out of any of the pistols. However, as I said, play it as you want to play it. It's your game. You can't really tell anybody what the best is, what it isn't. Just due to the fact that, every weapon's going to work in this game. It's going to, what's going to work for you. You can't really pick and choose saying that, oh, this is obviously the best weapon over this one. No, it's not, because every weapon, yes, while the stats do matter and every weapon's going to handle a little differently and work a little differently, it ultimately comes down to who you are, what type of player you are and stuff like that, and basically just play it how you want to play it. Every weapon's going to work. This is basically my loadout. As I've said previously in the video, if you guys want me to, I can go back through and, do some more videos of basically the other guns and kind of compare them all and do stuff like that. Probably much shorter videos, I'll say that much. But, just basically take from this how I play, and if this suits you, by all means, feel free to kind of use the same setup. If it doesn't, hopefully this will help you along the lines of basically choosing what will help you out in the long run and what is going to be your setup sort of thing. That's more or less what this video was about. Not necessarily telling you what the best guns are, but just kind of showing you how I play and, do you like this? Do you not like this? And, you know, how do you want to play the game? You know, basically choose your loadout, make your loadout based on how you're going to play the game. Don't let another person or another video that you may watch say, oh, this is going to be the best way to go, because it may not be for you. It may be for you, it may not be for you, but basically this is just giving you a little bit of an overview how I go through it, how I play, and basically, you know, just letting you know what's going on. Okay, someone is spotting me.
Hold up, they're gonna see you. We got civilians
Target marked.
dangerously
Keep an eye on your
close. Check your
background.
targets before you
Okay. Well, anyways, on that note...
Good.
Okay, so back here one more time in the loadout screen. I'm going to just kind of go over what I went through the entire video real quick. We have our assault rifles. AUG A3 is the one I particularly like to use due to the fact that it has the grenade launcher attachment on it and it has some of the best stats with that on it. There are some other guns that you might want to try out if you want to go a little bit of a different route, but anyways, this gun's going to have the best stats for me, as I shall say, you know, out of all the other ones. And I use that grenade launcher because I don't like to use the HTI, although it did seem like an actually very good sniper rifle. It stood up pretty well, I will admit that, and but I like to stick with my MSR. It has a little bit quicker to get the shot off again and stuff like that, so that's the main reason why I like to use that. And, you know, it just, I think the noise reduction went up a little bit on this too. I don't know, I have to double check on that. Well, we can do that real quick actually. Let's go to our HTI. Yes, noise reduction goes up, penetration goes up, you know, that extra security that you know you're gonna punch through that wall. Your rate of fire definitely goes up. The only thing you lose a little bit of is damage, not too bad. But I prefer the MSR over the HTI. I guess that's just personal preference. I prefer having those other three stats higher than just that little bit of damage that you gain. So that's why I stick with the MSR. That's why I put the grenade launcher on my assault rifle, because the MSR doesn't one-shot vehicles, but the HTI will. But I like the MSR better, so having the grenade launcher, you know, kind of cancels that out. Grenade launcher is a very versatile, very good weapon or attachment to have on your assault rifles. I'm just going to add that in. Again, your game, you play how you want, you choose what weapons you want. This is just to kind of help you out, decide, and stuff like that. I guess the last thing is your pistol. Again, this is a very, to me, laxed area. Any pistol's probably going to get the job done, especially if you're sneaking, because I'm pretty sure if you're sneaking, a one-shot basically kills anybody. I think. I have to do a little bit more testing on that, but I'm pretty sure at this point in time. Last thing to mention, your drone, you can change it up a little bit. It's, you know, you got to go through there and see what's going to work the best for you. For me, it's the medic drone. I always keep the medic drone on there, so that's another thing that you can decide what you like better. The other stuff you basically just get. You can't, it's not really choosing or anything, no customization to that. So that's basically the loadout scenario that I got going on. Again, this video is more of a this is what you could do video, not necessarily as this is the best, this is what you have to do video, because in this game you can literally basically do whatever you want. Use whatever weapons you want. The stats are going to change, and they do matter. However, it's to benefit different players, if you catch my drift on that one. Not everybody's going to play the game the same. You may want to go with a submachine gun, light machine gun, assault rifle, you know, light machine gun, sniper rifle, submachine gun. You know, you can change it up. You can put submachine guns in your third slot if you want. You know, you can change it up. You play how you want to play. You choose the weapons you want to play with. You're going to get the job done with any of them. But what's going to make it the most fun for you and what's going to be the easiest for you is basically what this video is about. This is my setup. Feel free to use it if you want to. If this isn't you, feel free to go your own way. This is to kind of help you decide and give you a little bit of a little overview, if you will. I mean, other than that, there's really not much to say other than choose your own way. Feel free to use this if you want. Feel free not to use it if you don't want to. Again, just a little information for you guys. But other than that, I don't have much more to say. So, thank you for tuning in to Tss958 Gaming for this little, I don't know, gun info session in Ghost Recon Wildlands, if you will. Other than that, we do live streams Wednesday through Saturday nights. Feel free to join in on those. Hopefully I'll catch you in those, or, catch you in the comments of a different video. You want to stay in touch, Tss958 Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and the PlayStation community. Also, TSS Gaming on Facebook. Feel free to join in on those, and I try and stay as active as I can. So, message me, do whatever. Throw a message down in the comments of this video, of any of the videos. I love talking to you guys, so leave your thoughts. If you want me to do a different video on something on Ghost Recon, leave it in the comments, and I'll look into getting to it. Other than that, I don't have much more to say, so I hope to catch you in the next stream/video. See ya.